good afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State government reaffirms commitment to driving road safety culture. Northern senators seek restoration of power supply in Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa. On the foreign scene, Israeli army leaves North Gaza hospital, detains medics. In sport, Confederation of African Football Awards Nigeria 3 points, fines Libya $50,000. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. The Lagos State government, through the Lagos State Drivers Institute last year, has reaffirmed its passion towards keeping the road safe, especially during the Ember month. Last year, General Manager Tiami Afusat, during a safety advocacy campaign themed a collective responsibility for economic sustainability, stated that it aims to train commercial drivers in collaboration with LASMA and VIS to improve their skills as they navigate the roads. Tiami reaffirmed the Lagos State government's commitment to ensure maximum safety of lives and property through training, public enlightenment, and advocacy programs. In his address, the Deputy Controller, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority LASMA, Aladeshita Olarenwaju, highlighted some tips to ensure road safety when driving, which include understanding driving, ensuring that vehicles are in proper working condition, praying, as well as being safety conscious. The representative from the Vehicle Inspection Service, VIS, Anjorin Olufolahun, noted that the program is to properly educate the drivers about the things they need to be conscious of during the Ember month and the responsibilities expected of them. He added that the education is to ensure reduction in road carnage as well as constant vehicle breakdown while on the road. As part of the activities marking this year's Public Service Week, the Lagos State Head of Service, Olabode Aguru, has hosted a walk for fitness. The fitness and health work was well attended by workers within the Lagos State employ. The walk kicked off at Adeyemi Bero Auditorium through Obafemi Awolowo Way to Island Junction and back to the Secretariat Alausa Ikeja. Some prominent individuals, service chiefs, were also in attendance to receive the participants. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Housing, Gbolahan Toriola, Permanent Secretary, Lands Bureau, Kamau Oluwoshago, and State Health Educator for Lagos State, Badejo Isaiah, while speaking with our reporter Kayodima Folashire, said the exercise showed that public servants in Lagos are fit and healthy.
You can see that this turnout is unprecedented. We don't have this in school. And it goes to show you the kind of person our head of service is, particularly Mr. Governor, the Governor of Lagos State. The civil servants are happy with him, they're happy with what he's doing, and we cannot but show them by keeping out them down. Not only to keep fit, but to tell Mr. Governor that we appreciate all that he's doing for us.
Mark for Public Service Week, which is 2024, and to inform by the way of enlightening our civil servants how to keep fit. Back on working Monday to Friday, you need to create a time where you can rest your body for you to be healthier. And mental health is very key for our living. The focus of today's work is that it's going to ensure that the civil servants, they live healthy, and of course they keep safe from time to time.
Other activities marked down for the day include health talk, music, and entertainment. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, has established a strategic partnership with Switzerland Eco Polytechnic Federal de Lausanne Innovation Park. Director of Media and Corporate Communications at the National Space Research Development Agency, Felix Ali, said this in a statement. EPFL is a prestigious Swiss federal university located in Lausanne, Switzerland, and one of the two Swiss Federal Institute of Technology alongside ETH Zurich. Ale noted that this collaboration aligns with President Bola Tinubu's 8-point agenda focusing on economic diversification and technological advancement. Now to the rest of the stories. The Northern Senators Forum has called for swift action for the federal government to restore electricity to Kano, Katsina and Jigawa State, where residents have been grappling with severe power outages. Speaking in Katsina, the chairman of the forum, Abdulaziz Yaradua, stressed the critical nature of the situation, emphasizing that prompt intervention is necessary to alleviate the hardship faced by constituents across these regions. He said the prolonged outages, primarily attributed to vandalism and national grid disturbances, have caused significant economic strain. The forum outlined specific requests for government intervention to stabilize and improve the power supply in the affected states. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, says the West and Central Africa region has the lowest immunization coverage in the world, with nearly 4.3 million children across the region not receiving vital vaccines. UNICEF Regional Director for West Africa and Central Africa, Gilles Fagnino, said at the unveiling of the immunization song entitled No More Zero Dose, a call to action through music. The song featured renowned West and Central African music stars and celebrities. Fagnino said zero-dose children are the most vulnerable, noting that receiving life-saving vaccines is critical for their future. According to him, so far this year, as of 22nd of October, there have been 138 polio cases in Africa, and nearly half of infected children were in Nigeria, stating that 506 polio cases were recorded in Africa last year. Also speaking, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the collaboration between Lagos State and the global partners like UNICEF has been pivotal in ensuring that every child is protected from preventable diseases. The governor, who was represented by his special advisor on health, Olukemi Ogunyemi, said the state is empowering individuals, families and communities to take responsibility for the health of their children. On her part, wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, urged stakeholders to invest in strengthening primary healthcare systems and expanding immunization coverage. In foreign news, Israeli forces have withdrawn from a hospital complex in northern Gaza 1 day after storming it, and the Palestinian enclave's health ministry said the troops had detained dozens of male medical staffers and some of the patients. Health officials on Friday said Israeli forces had stormed Kamal Adwan Hospital, one of 3 medical facilities struggling to operate in the area. Unverified footage circulated by the health ministry showed damage to several buildings after the Israeli forces withdrew. In sport now, the disciplinary board of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has awarded Nigeria 3 points and 3 goals in the aborted Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualification series against Libya. In its ruling, signed by the chairman Osmane Kani, the disciplinary board ruled that Libya Football Federation is found to have breached Article 31 of the AFCON regulations, as well as Articles 82 and 151 of the CAF Disciplinary Code. It ordered Libya Football Federation to pay a fine of $50,000 within 60 days of notification of the present decision, as all other and further motions or prayers for relief are dismissed. By implication, Nigeria is now poised to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations with 2 matches to spare. The Eagles are now on 10 points from 4 matches, 4 points better than second place Benin Republic, while Rwanda have 5 points. Bottom placed Libya have only 1 point and out of the running for qualification. And that's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all of our social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government, through the Lagos State Drivers Institute LASDRI, has reaffirmed its passion towards keeping the road safe, especially during the Ember month. The Northern Senators Forum has called for swift action from the federal government to restore electricity to Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa State, where residents have been grappling with severe power outages. We also told you that Israeli forces have withdrawn from a hospital complex in northern Gaza 1 day after storming it, and the Palestinian Enclave's health ministry said the troops had detained dozens of male medical staffers and some of the patients. Finally, in sports, the Disciplinary Board of Confederation of African Football, CAF, has awarded Nigeria 3 points and 3 goals from the botched match day 4 encounter of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualification series, scheduled to be played by Libya and Nigeria in Benin on 15th of October. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.